Life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You talking about?
No. Let me put this junk right here. Yeah. Put this junk right here. Yeah, we live, baby. We back. It's been a while. It's been a long day. Without you, my friend.
Where's my charger?
Tell me all about it when I hear you again. Yeah.
I hate that.
My album come out next month. Make sure y'all get that.
Oh,
3-way deal. Who else I got sitting this joint to?
Uncle Peter.
Who that? I gotta do all this promo. How everybody doing today though? Everybody good? Everybody doing well?
All this.
Life's good?
Yeah.
yeah. I'm good.
My fault. I be forgetting. I feel like that's why people don't be tuning in sometimes. I gotta be talking like the whole time in the beginning. You gotta keep the folks interested, entertained. You know, niggas got the attention span of
Of a
rock.
month.
Mhm.
Uh,
I wasn't gonna say that, but we got who? Lakers play tonight. Lakers Warriors. We got game 2. I know Stu over there sweating a little bit.
He went to sleep last game. You gotta understand.
I said, man, I'm going to bed.
For Mr. Classic.
I woke up right before I had to head out for work, rewatch the game, the little YouTube highlights. I was very satisfied.
Were you? Because the fourth quarter, I was getting pissed off after a while.
I was very satisfied.
I said, "Oh Lord, they doing that comeback thing."
I was like, oh yeah, they up 14. And then I remembered that I saw the score and how close it was at the end. I was like, okay, so it's coming.
Until Jordan Poole did that thing. That boy launched that damn thing. He said, I don't care if I got time to step up for anything. We're finna launch it now.
Okay,
I don't blame him.
My thing with that is like, sure, he could have took a dribble and maybe shot. But you got to remember who was surrounding him. It was like 3 Godzilla length niggas out there. It was Braun, AD, and Vanderbilt right near him. You know?
Yeah.
The smarter play would have been the dribble to find Steph relocating somewhere or Clay relocating somewhere.
Nah,
But
much.
if you 6 of 10 from 3 and you open, I'm probably going to shoot that shit too.
I don't see why not, yo. Somebody got to shoot it.
All I know is the Lakers survived.
I mean, they was putting up 52. I might as well get mine, right?
The Lakers survived the Jordan Poole game.
Exactly.
On the road.
Poole was hot, so I understand the shot.
What's up, chat? Man. How y'all doing? My bad. I'm just doing promo. We got Drew being Drew.
The fuck.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you guys for coming in today. Really appreciate the support. We getting right back. Apologize for the wait while we've been away so long. You know, people got kids and bills and life, man.
Oh, okay.
Got kids.
We got 4 kids.
I'm telling you, man. You gotta feed your family. You gotta keep the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta keep them lights on, but I think it's time, yo. Yeah, right. Knock the dust off, get the cobwebs out, yeah.
Let's do it.
You know what? I feel like I'm gonna click the wrong joint, like I did that one time.
He gonna play the first intro, the very first joke.
Yeah, yeah. Zip. Huh? Yeah. Big bet. Tell me what you niggas really know about big tech. These niggas be swines, might as well be made of pig flesh. Might make an appearance, but that shit just for the quick check. We the jiggy niggas in the city, bitch dipset. I just made a play and I got double back. In a day, what you make in a month, I'm making double that. I can make the money come easy, I'll never fumble that. I might fill the tub up 100s and take a bubble.
We are back. We are back. We are back. Another episode. 3-way deal. Took a 4-month hiatus. We back, man. Feels good. You know what I'm saying? People doing better. Everything's good, man. I'm your host with the least, Grizzy Gray. I got my two co-hosts with me here today again, just like every other show. My man Stu. Go ahead and say something to the people.
What's going on, guy?
And I got my man down under, Swank Bayless.
Yeah, because this text stink.
I don't like it. I don't like it, yo. Put your
I
you gotta show off
don't-
your shoes, yo. Show off your shoes, man. Go ahead.
I don't have shoes, yo. I got bare feet on.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, Skip say I never lose a niece.
I never lose. Man, but yeah, we back for our post NFL draft podcast. Basically today, all we're gonna be going over is we're gonna talk about the NFL draft winners, in our opinion, NFL draft losers, in our opinion. We're gonna give rookie of the year predictions. We're gonna talk about our favorite picks, our least favorite picks. We're gonna talk about a thing that I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about too much. Who we thought were good value picks and who we thought were bad value picks. And we'll also talk about what in the draft process makes players rise and makes players fall. Like, you know, in the middle of like the end of the season in the combine when people just start randomly changing positions. And then even after the combine, people just start changing positions. Interviews, people start changing positions. So we're going to talk about that, dive into that a little bit more. And then we'll also end it off with NBA playoff talk. Since we're in the semifinals now, you know, we got Lakers, go to State. We got Boston and who they just play. Gosh, why am I drawing a blank? Philly. Yeah. And, we got two other games. I don't feel like talking about it. But yeah, let's start off with the NFL draft winners, man. Let's go ahead and kick it off with that. Y'all want to just go 1-1-1 and then yeah.
Y'all talk. I'm gonna go last.
All right, here he goes. Man, so I'm gonna just talk about who I thought were my draft winners. And while I'm doing this, I want you guys to know I'm not going to act like I know certain players. So I'm going to just give my general consensus about things and the players that I do know. One of my draft winners was the Lions, simply because I love the fact that it was a Dan Campbell draft. Like, I felt like he did everything that he wanted to do, and he got the players that he wanted. Whether or not he may have reached for him or not, I believe that he drafted very solid players, especially in the first 4 picks that he had. The 2 first and the 2 second. Starting off with Jahmyr Gibbs at 12, I believe. I didn't know that he was valued a lot higher to a lot of teams than I thought. I found out that a lot of teams valued him like higher than Bijan, so I didn't even know that. So that was kind of a surprise to me. But he's a very explosive, electric running back, home run hitter, great pass catcher too. He could do a little bit of everything, not just just not a physical back kind of guy. But I definitely think it's a great pick, and I think he's a day one kind of player. They also took Jack Campbell in the first. That was a head scratcher to some people, but that's a Dan Campbell guy. Like, that's a Dan Campbell guy right there. 6'5", 250, only going forward, will knock your head off your shoulders linebacker. That's what he likes. He needs a guy that's physical and in between the tackles, and that's what you got. And he's actually pretty athletic for his size, but he does struggle in cover. So that's the one thing that people are going to be looking out for, because this is a passing league now. But that's the linebacker that he wanted. What happened? Then they took Brian Branch and Sam Laporta in the second. I enjoyed those 2 picks. Sam Laporta is a very, I think, underrated tight end to a lot of people in this class. I think he's a really good route runner, focuses well, makes incredible catches. Not the best interior blocker or on the line, but he can definitely block out in space. So I think that's a good trait to have at least. And Brian Branch was considered probably the best nickel slot DB in the class. and he might be just a little bit undersized, but he can cover. Well, to some people, because he's 6 foot 190, but he could cover. He could play the run well. Maybe not inside the gaps and in the box, but out in space, he does a tremendous job. So I think that's a great pick. I think all 4 of those guys are day one starters, and the rest of the guys I think are depth pieces, but I think that they're really good talents also.
Not gonna talk about Hendon Hooker.
Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot Hendon. Oh yeah, let me talk about Hendon. My
Nah,
guy.
he don't matter because golf is the guy.
Hendon Hooker was a great pick too. I think, in my opinion, he's going to be a solid backup. I believe in the NFL. I think that he's a really talented quarterback. He's shown flashes in college that he potentially could be something special, but it's just the fact that he's 42 and just came off a torn ACL. So yeah. But I think, if he sits behind golf maybe a year or two, however long they decide to keep golf, he might be able to get a crack at it. So I think that's a good pick.
He'll be 33 by then. So
I mean, hey, Kurt Warner.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'll leave Hendon Hooker alone. I'll just leave it at that though.
I'm gonna go. I got a QB rant later, so I'll save it.
So my first winner, I'm gonna go with the Seattle Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle, man, I feel like this draft right here, just right on. Pete Carroll is a guy.
2 drafts in a row, man.
Pete Carroll is a guy. You first go with Devin Witherspoon, and it weirded me out a little bit, but the more I keep thinking about Witherspoon and Woolley together, whew, this secondary might be its best since the Legion of Boom. Seriously.
Oh, for sure.
You get Jamal Adams back. So this is a good secondary. And Devin, that's a hard hitting team when you got to face Cooper Kupp, you got to face Ayuk, Debo, and McCaffrey. You got to face with whatever the hell the Cardinals is finna pull out this year. Man, I think this secondary is ready. Then you got a steal, an absolute steal. Jackson Smith-Njigba slid to 20 right in your hands, and you went and snatched him up. This receiving core of DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and JSN is going to destroy the league. I'm trying to tell people this now. Geno Smith is not a scrub. He is not a scrub. Give him a full offseason with these guys and a full offseason again with the Seattle as the number one guy. Whew. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting, man. Then you go with Derek Hall. You needed another linebacker because your linebackers do kind of stink. You got Stu's boy Nwosu. You brought back Bobby Wagner, but hopefully you'll get some juice from him just off the adrenaline fact that he's back. But we'll see. But then it was like, when are y'all going to address the biggest issue y'all had, which is run defense on the interior? They said, "Oh, wait a minute, we're not going to get there yet. We're going to draft a running back in the second round."
Jack Charbonnet.
Yeah.
Now, normally
that's a good pick.
Normally I would be against this, but this is Seattle. People got to remember, this is Seattle brand football. Several good running backs, and we're just going to run this shit at your ass all day. And as soon as you think it's over, we're just going to smoke you over the top. That's just how it is. So they lost Penny. So this is a good pickup right here. Then you got my boy Walker. So then they went and got Anthony Bradford, a guard from LSU. They need about as good as many O-linemen as they can get, regardless. It don't matter for Seattle. I don't care who it is. You get you an O-lineman every year at this point. Then round 4, they finally got a D tackle. Finally addressed it. You got Cameron Young from Mississippi State. I like him. It's good, but it's not enough to bolster it up. So then they said, all right, fine. We heard you. We're going to double back. Round 5, we get Mike Morris from Pittsburgh. I mean, not Pittsburgh, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's a pass rushing defensive tackle. So I really like that one. And he's going to clog up the middle. Round 5 again, you got a center from Michigan. I'm not even going to try to say his name.
Olu. Yeah.
It's a mouthful right there. Pause.
Get you some more O line, because I mean, like I said, they're a running team.
You need
As
it.
much you hate to see Seattle run the ball that damn much, Pete Carroll's a maniac. He's a running team. He don't care how many good receivers is on that damn team. He's gonna run the ball before anything. Then round 6, you went and got Jerry Reed, safety out of New Mexico. I liked it, just because of the fact that Jamal Adams can't cover, so you're gonna need a lot of in the league nowadays is 3 safeties. So now you're gonna have, hopefully Reed. They also got Julian Love. We got to remember they got Julian Love from the Giants.
Did they
still
resign
got
Quandre?
Yeah, they got Quandre still. And then round 7, they say, you know what? Why not just do it the Seattle way? Let's get another running back, Kenny McIntosh from Georgia.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll is sick. He's a sick guy, man. But I love it. I absolutely love it. I feel like Seattle is a team, they don't rebuild, they reload. So all they did was reload a lot of good quality pieces just to keep going. I mean, they made the playoffs last year. So why restart?
Yeah, a lot of people were shitting on him for the Zach Charbonnet pick, but I think a lot of people kind of more in love with Kenneth Walker's highlights than him actually playing running back, because he's a home run hitter. He's not like I'm gonna get you 4 yards here. We're gonna keep the chains moving type running back. That's what Zach Charbonnet's gonna bring. If you need 4 yards, put Zach Charbonnet in the game. So I think that was a good pick for him too. I really like that class, man. That JSN pick, that's a home run right there. But I mean, obviously for me, it was pretty easy for me to my favorite class. It was the Eagles, bro. The Eagles knocked that shit out of the fucking park, bro. Like,
I'll say it. But
they got to me, in my opinion, they got the second best player in the class at 9 because he likes to drive fast. They got Nolan Smith at 30, who nobody fucking thought Nolan Smith was still going to be there at 30, man. After everything he did at the combine. And I kind of get it. He's a small edge rusher. And those kind of tweener size guys don't usually last. But if there's anybody that can teach him how to last long in the NFL, it's Hassan Reddick, who played for the Eagles. So it just
also tiny.
They just bolstered the defense. They drafted Tyler Steen from Bama, who was steady tackle, going to learn behind Big Lane Johnson, Hall of Fame. And they got Sidney Brown, who's basically the CGJ replacement. Thumper, downhill guy. He can cover tight ends and running backs and stuff. And I don't know how Kelly Ringo got to the 4th round, man. I get it. We don't love his tape. Marvin Harrison Jr. was doing absolutely disgusting things to him. But I want y'all to go watch some Marvin Harrison Jr. tape. He does that to almost everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that don't move me too much. Mm-hmm. You get a guy in the 4th who's 6'1.5", 205, 210, with speed like him. Now, he doesn't have the most fluid hips and everything, but that's why you don't put him on, short, twitchy kind of receivers. You don't put him on Calvin Ridley. You put him on Mike Evans type guys. And even in the 7th, they got Moro Ojourno, who I thought was probably Texas' best defender in the 7th round. I mean, that's not saying much because Texas defense was boo-boo, but that's another good pick for him, man. Like, they continue to do this year after year. They just keep reloading in the draft, man. And, like, I don't think we're understanding how good Jalen Carter is, man. Like, if Jalen Carter didn't go through all that shit pre-draft, he doesn't even make it past 4, probably, bro. Like, he's that good. So the Eagles for sure knocked it out the park for me. They probably had the best draft to me out of anybody.
I definitely did. I definitely agree. Man, I fucking hate saying that shit, but hey, when you got competent, owners, good things happen, right?
Hey, man. Howie Roseman out there wheeling and dealing, so.
Just wait for Josh Harris, yo. So my second winner that I had today was the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, on Saturday, whenever the whole draft. Yeah, I had the Pittsburgh Steelers because they addressed, I feel like, some good needs, and I feel like the people that they drafted not also, not just make the team better, but they make certain players better or open up things for certain players, because you definitely need a left tackle to protect Kenny Pickett. You don't need him out there scrambling like that. So they went and got Broderick Jones at 14.
Big Brad.
Out of UGA, 6'5", like 310. Like, he is a great edge protector. Like, he plays his pass pro very well. He's good against speed rushers. He mirrors very well. He's also a mauler. Like, the guy is crazy. He's crazy athletic. Fast as hell, has tremendous reach in the second level, long ass arms. He was actually the fastest tackle at the combine. So, you got a guy with some speed and that can move right there. That's a guy that Pittsburgh needs at offensive tackle. They ended up getting JPJ in the second, and I didn't see that shit coming. I didn't think he'd get that far. He was like the fifth corner off the board, fifth or sixth.
Yeah, I think fifth.
Yeah, like fifth. Yeah, and I thought we all thought we had our top three set, or top four at least. But the way chips fall. If you ever saw that video on Twitter of his father talking to him, I fuck with that joint where he's saying, they wanted a pissed off football player. They dropped you this low, or they got a pissed off football player now. Use this as fuel. Fired up his son. I really like that, and I think he's going to come out in Pittsburgh and like show out. I think he's going to, rep the same brand that his father rep, and do the thing. He's a tall, lengthy ass corner, long ass arms, and that I think that really helps him a lot. Even though he doesn't have the ball skills, he can deflect damn near anything just because he has long ass arms. He's very physical, very fast. He may not be the best tackler, but I love the intensity that he does bring on the run, because he will fly in there and try his best. You can fix up rapping. I think you could definitely do that. You can't teach somebody that kind of rage or that kind of run support. You know what I'm saying? Then they took Keanu Benson, nose tackle out of Wisconsin. Great athletic nose tackle. That guy has some also long ass arms, and he uses them well. He's able to shed very well. He can stack. He also improved as a pass rusher this past year a lot. He had his career high 9 sacks, and definitely I think that they got him to this point, and I think that he only has more room to improve. On that Pittsburgh defense, this is the perfect place for him to improve, and he could learn beside Cameron Hayward, and possibly learn some things from TJ Watt too. So I think that's a big improvement for them on the D line. They also drafted Darnell Washington. Boy, let me tell you, Najee and Kenny are gonna appreciate that, as long as with Broderick too, bro. You got 6'5", 280 tight end. Oh, no, my bad. He's not 280. He's like 260 tight end. He's
no past
athletic,
but he's pretty good.
Athletic as hell.
He better than already done.
Anybody.
No.
He blocks anybody. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't. He got one more year.
Fry your mouth, man.
The boy got one more year, but yeah, Darnell is going to be his time, because he can do everything. But hold up, who else did they pick up? I'm sorry. Where my notes at? Oh, and then they also picked up Nick Herbert from Wisconsin too.
Nick Herbert.
Now I like that pick also. He's a like a project kind of defensive end. He's a little on the smaller side, I believe.
Nigga said that brother is tiny.
Yeah,
that is a tiny edge.
I was just trying to go off memory.
That's a safety edge rusher right there, nigga.
I be trying to go off memory sometimes. But yeah, so yeah, he's tiny, man. He's pretty small, but he is versatile as hell. He knows, a lot of different moves, and he's shown flashes that he potentially could be good, but I'm pretty sure Pittsburgh will be able to work with him and be able to and do something with him. But yeah, I think Pittsburgh had a very good draft. They ended up in the 7th round with picking up Corey Trice from Purdue, Spencer Addison, to keep that O-line depth going, because you definitely need that, and keep the DB depth going. So I think they addressed a lot of good needs, and they're ready to go for next season. I would have liked them get them, maybe an inside linebacker, but I think they still did a very good job this draft.
My brother don't believe in the great Devin Bush.
Okay.
So my winner second round ago is the draft I really liked, just because it was super aggressive. Let's go with the Houston Texans, man.
Yeah.
Houston Texans did something, and let me just talk about this draft real quick. This was probably the gutsiest draft I've seen in a while because teams didn't care. They were willing to give up whatever it took to get their guys, and that's what happened here in Houston.
Yeah.
Now, leading up, everybody knew that D'Amico Ryans had a big ass man crush on Will Anderson, like without a doubt.
Yeah.
It was to the point I thought he was going to skip quarterback and just go ahead and get Will right then and there, without a doubt. What does he do? He takes the smart route. Let me get my franchise quarterback right now, CJ Stroud, which is a sound starter. He's going to be there for a long time. I promise. He's going to be in Houston for a long time, man. Then, after that, you go full maniac mode and say, no. I'm not just going to get one of my guys. I'm going to get both of my guys.
I'm going to go back to
back up and get right back on the clock and get Will Anderson, a generational edge rusher. Probably the best edge rusher they'll ever have in their franchise history. I'm going to just go ahead and say that.
Well, please, JJ Watt? What?
That's there.
Oh, my bad. I'm thinking Mario Williams.
Yeah, I'm about to say, nigga just talk about Mario Williams and Jerry Hughes.
I'm standing on it. Will Anderson will be better than JJ Watt.
Y'all know I love me some Will Anderson.
We supporting our brothers.
CJ and Will gonna be Deshaun and JJ. Y'all, they good, yo.
Will's gonna have 25 sacks, huh?
I hope so, but my God.
I say he gonna catch 3 touchdowns.
So right off the bat, though, Houston got 2 cornerstone of the most important positions in football right there. Your franchise quarterback and your star edge rusher. Honestly, they could just go ahead home the rest of the day. I'll be fine.
Right there. You could have stopped right there. Yeah, that's good.
Rest of the picks, I'm good.
But listen, you go round 2 and you get my boy, Juice Scruggs, center from Penn State. Because who they had? Green from last year, Kenyon Green.
Yeah, he played left guard.
He stunk. Absolutely
stunk. He wasn't that bad.
Man, he stunk. Man. But Juice Scruggs, man, he can play center, he play guard, kick him wherever you want. Protect CJ Stroud. That's the most important thing. Don't have him on the ground like Davis Mills. All right. Then apparently CJ Stroud asked Houston to draft Nathaniel Dell. Now,
little Tank.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I'll say about Tank. I'll be nice. Great route runner, amazing footwork. He just weighs 120 pounds. That's
and he's 5'7". Like
but I feel like, CJ asking for CJ's not gonna have him, reach over the top in the middle and get handicapped. So he's gonna put the ball right where it needs to be. After that, round 4, they got Dylan Horton out of TCU. That was TCU's best edge rusher right there. He disappeared in the playoffs a little bit, but he's a good guy. He is a good guy. I will take that because Houston need all the edges they can get. They do. Then you go with Stu's boy, Henry P2. All right. First of all right, we all know Houston just need linebackers, period. Can you name one? Because I couldn't.
Christian Harris, Alabama. Denzel Perryman.
And that's disgusting. Panthers.
What you mean? Perryman's good, bro. He's still
good. He just can't cover nobody.
He's good at tackling the running back.
But see, that's not what linebacker is about, dog.
Exactly. At the line of scrimmage.
You gotta want to knock somebody.
No tackles for loss. Just he's really good at tackling running backs right at the line of scrimmage. Good job.
Shit, that's for D'Amico Ryans led defense, nigga. That's all right with me.
Then you follow up. You get some more linemen. Jared Patterson, Notre Dame. Once you get an old lineman out of Notre Dame, listen, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
He's gonna be serviceable. We know.
Now here's the receiver I like that they drafted. Xavier Hutchinson from Iowa State. I really like him a lot. I was pretty high on him. I knew he was going to end up in the 6th round. It's going to be one of them late round wide receiver steals. I think he's going to get some valuable playing time. I mean, of course he is, because who else is playing receiver out there? But,
Mechie, they got
man, only positions that's
stop yourself right there.
Robert Woods,
I think, and edge. And one corner spot.
Nico Collins.
Cut it out, Stu. But
they got some guys, man. You know what I'm
saying? Then last pick was Brandon Hill, safety from Pittsburgh. They could have used another safety, Justin Reed. They didn't quite fill that void a little bit, but the secondary still can all. That secondary now, I'm liking
They
it.
were playing really well at the back half of the season, bro.
Especially
Petrie,
my boy Derek
Desmond
Stingley.
King,
My boy
Stingley,
Petrie.
Javier Thomas.
Yeah.
He
So
was playing good ball, man.
I
Got them
feel like
together.
I honestly feel like with this draft, the way it's going, the Texans defense is going to be top 15.
Bro, I was about to say that's my prediction right there.
Yeah,
They're
it's going
going
to
to
be top
have
15.
a good defense.
If that offense gets going good enough, it's still, I don't know. That division is up in the
Okay,
air
what's
though.
good enough?
It is.
What does that mean?
For
What
that
qualifies
offense,
as good enough?
if it could just be a middle of the pack offense, which I feel like Houston can because they attempted it before last year.
No, you just looked me in my eyes and was laughing at me when I was telling you who they throwing to. Now they gonna be middle of the pack, nigga.
Because of the rushing attack, still. You know, you
Oh,
got Pierce.
Darnold, please.
Man, Damian Pierce was the only thing they had going, yo.
They act like they got
So now
Brian
you got
Marshawn
that
back
with
there. Niggas,
Stroud.
cut it out.
Stroud is an upgrade. You don't
Cut it
need elite weapons for well, you do, but for
Yes, you do.
Stroud,
Yes, you
for
do.
Stroud, because
Come
he's
on,
a
man.
guy.
cut it out, man.
He's one of them guys where you just gotta catch it, you know.
Yeah,
That's what you're
come
about
on,
to say.
son.
It's right there. You got no choice but to catch the ball.
It just stays in your hands when it hits it, you know.
Yeah,
It's one of
so
them.
you know you ain't got to do too much when you with CJ Stroud. So that's an improvement. Whereas Davis Mills, you had to be damn near Superman. So
I respect Davis Mills.
and
Davis
that
Mills-
division, the division's still open. As much as people want to say you're not, we don't know how consistent Jacksonville is going to get. Tennessee is going to fall off a cliff, maybe. Who knows? And then you got the Colts, which is on this fresh journey. So,
that I think that's kind of insane that they all got young ass quarterbacks. Like it is.
And that's a really good segue, Don, because the team that I liked also in this draft
The Colts
was the Indianapolis Colts.
I mean, they had 15 picks, brother.
I'm not even talking about this. I'm gonna just talk about the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 6 picks they had was all in the first 5 rounds. So y'all know how I like my players. I like players that are big, strong, and athletic. I think they always have a place in the league because it's a big man's league. So let me just go down the list of the first 5 picks from the Colts. Anthony Richardson, the biggest, strongest, fastest nigga we've ever seen. Julius Brents, 6'2", 200, big, strong, fast nigga. Josh Downs, small guy. Okay, cool. Next, Blake Freeland, big, tall, fast offensive tackle from BYU. Addie Tomiwa Adebawore. Do y'all remember a guy named Trayvon Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just imagine him as an athlete, but better. They drafted him in the 3rd round. 4th round, excuse me. 5th round, Darius Rush. Big, tall, strong, fast nigga. Like they just loaded up on athletes. And that, I love that strategy, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's a big man's league, and you have to have athletes, especially in a division where you're playing a Mike Vrabel-led team. Mike Vrabel has a hard-on for big niggas. He does not like small people. He just don't. And you're playing against also the Jaguars, who are a big, physical, strong team. Now, the Anthony Richardson pick, he gets to come into an offense with a head coach whose first year as an offensive coordinator had Justin Herbert have the best rookie quarterback season ever, like by far, ever, who had Jalen Hurts as an MVP candidate. You know what I'm saying? He gets to come into that with Michael Pittman, now Josh Downs, Gray Boy Alec Pierce, all them 7-foot fucking tight ends. They got Mo Alley Cox and Jelani Woods, and they still have Jonathan Taylor. The offensive line is still a little bit of a work in progress, but it's not like this awful unit. So I really like how they approached this draft. They just said, we're just going to get big, fast, and strong. You know what I'm saying? Especially the Adebawore pick, the Adetomiwa Adebawore pick. Yeah. There was a lot of talk about him being a first rounder. Now, I couldn't get there watching this tape. I could never get there watching this tape. I didn't see the pass rush acumen, and he wasn't as good of a run defender as like a Trayvon Walker, was a guy his size. But I think they knocked this shit out the park. I wish they would have drafted another wide receiver earlier. You know, somebody like an A.T. Perry or somebody else that could get vertical. But I was really impressed with the Colts draft, man. I really like what Ballard saved his job for 3. Chris Ballard got 3 years. That's what he got. He got 3 years left. Steichen, he should be there for a minute. But Chris Ballard got 3 years left, and I think this draft, if it hits like I think it is,
time.
It's gonna be nice, man. I really like how they approach this draft.
They definitely did the damn thing. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of surprised they took Anthony Richardson. I don't know why. I just couldn't see it.
I knew the Colts was getting a quarterback. It just
I knew they'd get a quarterback.
It was
I just
one
didn't
of them
see
3
it.
fell down. Whichever one of them 3 fell down, they was gonna take.
Mm-hmm.
You got to. But my last winner, I think it's I think the Cardinals are a clear winner also today, or for the draft, just because of they may have only had, I think, the first 2 picks that were kind of the only significant picks, really. But it's not just about this draft. They build capital for next draft. They have 11 picks next year.
They need it.
And those 11 picks are 2 firsts, 1 second, 2 thirds, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, a 6th, and a 7th. And also, right now, looking at projections, with those 2 firsts that they have, because they got it from Houston, they have the number 1 and 2 pick right now. Like, if you know,
they're gonna
based off of projection,
more than likely end up with 2 top 10 picks next year.
I think it'll be top
more than likely, unless Houston that much overperforms. I think Houston will win a few more games than last year, but I still think they'll be like.
I think it'll be top 7 picks, both of them in the top 7 range, honestly. But yeah, you're walking into next year with that just because you traded back this year, and you know what I'm saying. So I call them winners because of what they were able to do now and for the future. They took Paris Johnson in the first round, best offensive tackle in the class. Ohio State 6'6", 313. He really can do it all, man. Great pass protector, good mobility as a zone blocker, and can also move guys off the line in the run game. You know, crazy ass reach, strength, and that matches it. Stuns defenders and pass pro with his hands. He has great calculated hand placement.
Excuse me.
And he's gotten better and better over the past 2 years, and I say that only because he was literally playing guard the year prior. I think that's very impressive for somebody that's the best offensive tackle in this class considered, you know. So they also took BJ Ojolari, LSU 6'2", 248. And I'll tell you right now, he's better than his brother. That man, and I don't even say that because, you know, his brother plays for the Giants, but that brother, that better, yo. I believe.
I don't think so.
I believe because he's very.
He doesn't have a run blocking bone in his body. That bothers me.
He don't got the run block, but like, let me just explain. You know, he makes up for it, and maybe he's not the best, like, you know what I'm saying, straightforward run blocker, but when he comes back on backsides and when, you know what I'm saying, he makes plays backside more so. He has great pursuit, great change of direction. He's athletic as hell. I think he's probably the best change of direction kind of edge in this class. Very athletic and versatile because he can run through or around you. Has very good bend, very OC explosion off the ball. He can run sideline to sideline. He's very technical, and you know he shows that he can change the pace of like basically like tempo with his pass rush. You know what I'm saying? He will mix it up. He'll be able to give you a lot to handle with his pass rush. So I really like the pick. I think he'll be able to step in, be able to probably be a day 1 starter for them at edge, depending on what they want to do there. But yeah, I think the rest of the picks are really kind of like they just went for depth the rest of the draft, really, because they took Garrett Williams, the 5'10" corner out of Syracuse. He's a very aggressive, very not physical, but just very aggressive. He likes to jump routes. He likes to take chances. He gets beat a little bit more than you would like, but I will say that I believe that he kind of has a really next play kind of mentality. So you kind of value that with corners, especially aggressive corners. And then they took Michael Wilson out of Stanford, 6'2" wide receiver. He's he's like, your Keenan Allen kind of wide receiver. Not fast, tall, but he's quick. He got a pretty good route tree in my opinion. He runs solid routes. He can track the deep ball well, but it's just because he doesn't have that home run speed, he doesn't have that second gear, that kind of limits him as a receiver. So that's just what you got to deal with there. They got John Gaines out of UCLA guard. Uh, Very versatile kind of guard. I think he'll be definitely a depth piece, also kind of like a rotational piece. Maybe he could be somebody out for guard because I don't think that Arizona has a pretty good offensive line to begin with. So
Arizona doesn't have anything good.
yeah, they don't got anything. So I mean, he could probably compete for a position, but just because of where you got him, you probably don't expect him to be initial or like be ready to start day one. They took Clayton Tune, solid. He's all right quarterback, solid arm. You know what I'm saying? Just not really athletic or can like do too much out of the pocket. I would say so much, so that kind of limits him in a way. But then they took Owen Papo out of Auburn. Yeah, don't know much about him, so I'm not gonna act like I do. Keitrell Clark, cornerback Louisville. Dante Stills, D tackle out of West Virginia. Just all pieces that you could use. You know what I'm saying? Depth. So I think that they definitely did good here with drafting two big needs in the first and second, and then filling out depth, trying to get something somewhere, and then also building up for next year. Because even if you do want to keep Kyler, you could just you could shop those two picks, and boy, let's just say you have the 2-6 pick. You could shop them joints crazily, or you could take the second and sixth best player in the draft. You know what I'm saying? So I think that they definitely won here just because of what they've been able to do for next year. And on top of that, getting the best offensive tackle in the draft, and then you getting BJ, a solid prospect, kind of edge rusher that could potentially come in day one and start. So
my last one is the New York Football Giants. Let me tell you something, bro. Last year, it was a surprising year. They went to the playoffs, had a good, solid team. But my thing was, Wink just didn't get his guys. This draft, Wink went and got his guys off the bat. Deontay Banks, which is pretty much a freak athlete for his size, but most importantly, that's a Wink Martindale type cornerback, yo.
Yeah.
If you have ever seen one. The man ran a 4.35 with a 42-inch vert. I mean, I'm be honest with you. He's the number one corner there. He's going to take Adorie's number one spot. Even though Adoree played great last year, Deontay Banks is going to be insane in that scheme. I'm trying to tell you. Then the next pick, they finally addressed that they have no centers. I think Shane Lamo was finna start at center, son. So when they got John
Lamo, that's my guy now.
Come on, man.
He was taking care of her.
John Michael Schmitz, yeah. That's the day one starter instantly. And, you got to keep that O-line going because the tackles played pretty good last year. You had some good decent guard play. You need a center. Then you go with Jalen Hyatt. Listen, I really like this because I feel like this is Slayton with hands. with slightly better hands. Slightly better hands. I give you that. Slightly better hands. Slayton was a deep threat receiver. And I feel like DJ, he needs that because DJ throws a good deep ball. He throws a good deep ball. It's just sometimes the Giants have an issue developing the shit. It just doesn't happen all the time. I feel like Jalen opens that up. He gives that offense some dynamic. And then you get Shep coming back, and then you got Wandale, who played all right. He's tiny, so he got handicapped. So, and that probably won't be an end of that.
Well, you know who else is really tiny? Jalen Hyatt.
Well, yeah, but nobody's Wandale tiny, brother. So that's 5'8". Then you went and got Eric Gray because you're not sure, what you're gonna do with Saquon. I think you should pay him. It's common sense. But if you don't want to, you picked up a nice pass catching running back. You good with that? Trey Hawkins, cornerback, Old Dominion, 6'1". I mean, just another Wink Martindale type cornerback. He truly knows what he's looking for in his defense. He wants long, lengthy corners that are pretty athletic. So that's another good pickup right there. And you need depth in that secondary for New York because that weakness, oh my God, when you cut that Vikings game on again, it was a massacre.
Yeah.
It was a massacre. So Wink knew automatically. He said, I'm finna get me some DBs next year. So that's what he did. Jordan Riley, D tackle out of Oregon, another good depth piece right there. Even though it don't matter who you put with Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence takes up about
big,
3 people.
Big money man, Dexter Lawrence.
Second highest paid,
And then you picked up the safety, Owens from Houston. I mean, again, he knew secondary was a weakness and he attacked it. They knew O-line needed a center. They got it. They picked up another receiver because they had Foot Locker employees catching passes. They got it. This was a draft that not only addressed the needs, but it got good quality guys that really fit their scheme. So this is a good draft for New York.
The Hyatt pick still kind of confuses me, though, man.
Oh, he gonna prove you wrong, brother.
It's not that I don't think he's not good, because I think he's a good, valuable, useful player. Who is playing outside of the numbers for the Giants?
You got Sterling Shepard.
Who's playing outside the numbers for the Giants, man? At some point, you have to go get a receiver that's not
Isaiah Hodge. Yeah.
He's a slot receiver. He's a big slot.
Hey, listen, everybody can't play slot.
You telling me, tell the Giants, nigga. You telling the wrong person. It's like, I know that. Like, bro, they just have so many small niggas. It's frustrating to me. It's frustrating. I get it. You gotta let Shane and Dabo cook, but at some point you gotta go get somebody who's 6'2", 215 and can win outside the numbers at some point, man. But I really didn't have another winner, but I did have another class that I like because of how they filled roles that are about to be void or have been void coming into the draft. The Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
28, they got Miles Murphy, who's just going to pin his ears back and rush the passer behind Sam Hubbard. And they have Joe Osai, and they have Trey Hendrickson. So they have a really, really diverse group of pass rushers adding to that. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sam Hubbard has a year or two left on his deal, so that makes sense. DJ Turner is the eventual Eli Apple, Chidobe Awuzie replacement. Really athletic guy. His stock rose a lot through the process. Jordan Battle is the Von Bell replacement. They basically are the same, not the same player, but they're going to serve the same role, and they got him in the third round. Charlie Jones is the eventual Tyler Boyd replacement.
Cooper Kupp,
out runner, can operate in the middle of the field, secure hands.
Hunter Renfrow
Can produce a little bit after the catch. He got a little bit of juice. And then Chase Brown is the Samaje Perine replacement. Now, I thought because of the Joe Mixon nonsense that was going on this offseason that they would probably draft a running back earlier. I thought this was a Zach Charbonnet spot right here. But they ended up going with Chase Brown, brother of Eagles safety Sidney Brown. And then they drafted Andre Yosevas, who was a demon, speed demon from Princeton. So I like how they filled all the needs that they had. They just continue to just – it's not even so much giving weapons to Lou Anarumo, but giving him enough guys that he can operate his defense without having to sacrifice things, man. Like, and we all know Lou Anarumo is one of the best, probably the best strictly defensive coordinator in the league. So I really like what Cincy did in the first couple rounds of that draft, man. They drafted a punter too, which is cool.
Can't forget they gonna get Zeke anyway, so you know.
Oh, come on, man. Zeke is a charger. Cut it out.
Okay, it would have happened already. Huh?
No, that's not true. He getting himself in shape now.
Ain't nobody gonna wait to go to LA. They pack their bags now.
We gotta see if we get that bald man off the team first, Nick.
Nobody want that midget.
Yeah, I know. He want too much money. You know, I want to get paid like Derrick Henry. Well, nigga, let me tell you something.
You sure about that?
Yeah, you sure about that? Like, come on, nigga, be real with yourself, man. My God.
All right, bet. So that took, I ain't gonna lie, that took a lot more time than I thought it was gonna do. We down there at 50 minutes right now.
You want to just do the bad picks instead of the bad classes?
Yes.
Okay. Can I start, please?
Yeah,
Please.
go ahead, bro.
Oh, okay. So we all just gonna do our least favorite
Picks, yeah.
Yeah.
What is Tennessee doing? What are the Titans doing? That Will Levis pick is awful.
It's good value.
No, it is not. It's awful value.
It's good value.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
He was projected 6. It's good value.
Let me tell you why. If you're going to draft a quarterback with the idea that he is going to be your franchise player or franchise starter eventually, because Ryan Tannehill's not going to be there forever, you don't draft him in the second round. Do you know what that gives off to me? You think he's good enough to be a starter, but you don't think other teams think he's good enough to be a starter, which means one of two things. Either you think everybody else is stupid or you think you're too smart. Which, to me, after watching a team trade away A.J. Brown and then try to draft A.J. Brown, the same nigga, you can't be that front office. You cannot be that front office. That pick, if you were going to pick him to be the heir apparent to Ryan Tannehill, you take him at 10 and you draft the fuck. You could have drafted Don Boy, Scrubs in the fucking second round. But you went Skoronski, who I think is a very good player. Don't get me wrong. And then you drafted the guy who's going to be your franchise quarterback. So 2 years in a row, you have used picks on quarterbacks who aren't going to start. And you have a 35-year-old quarterback that's making $40 million a year. That's awful. That's an awful way to build a team. That's an awful way to instill trust in your quarterback. He saw you skip over him already, nigga. And he said, oh, shit, they thought a guard was more important than me. A guard. Graylin got longer arms than Peter Skoronski.
He's the best guard at least. He's the best guard at least, you know?
I don't give a damn if he was the best guard ever. You picked him over your quarterback of the future. That's awful, bro. Yeah. That is awful team building. And that's why I asked you earlier about the Hendon Hooker thing with the Lions. Why?
Don't leave it, because that's mine. That's me. I want that one.
That shit just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Again, if you're going to say this is the guy that is going to be the leader of my team for years, why would you draft him in the second round? You don't believe in him.
I think the Hendon one is a little different from the Will.
I don't.
Just considering he just tore his ACL, bro. Like if somebody tears the ACL, bro, come on now,
bro.
And then it does, and then on top of that,
Will are the same age.
Exactly, they're the same age. So that already didn't help. Niggas don't want no old quarterback. And then that's why I said I feel like Hendon's a little different because he's also coming off a torn ACL.
Okay, so
Levis had his injuries, but he's ready to go.
Cool. You don't want an old quarterback. Yeah. So you draft him to sit so he can just get older?
Yeah, why not?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though.
I think it was the dumbest thing I saw all fucking draft weekend. It was awful.
Let me go ahead and tag on that, please.
Go ahead, bro.
That Hendon Hooker pick was the worst pick of the goddamn draft. Easily to me. Because I feel like in Hendon Hooker's situation, he had to go to a team where he had the chance to start off the bat. He does not have time to waste. He is recovering from a torn ACL, and he's Peyton Manning's backup in college, bro. So listen, he goes to Detroit. He's only 6 months younger than Jared Goff. What if Jared Goff doesn't get bad? Because he's not bad, he's decent. What if he grows into that Kirk Cousins type where he just consistently gives you 20 and 10 or some shit like that until he's 33? Guess who's also going to be 33? Hendon Hooker. By that time, he's going to be the backup for about 4 teams. 4 teams. He's finna be Josh Johnson.
You just wasting picks.
What was it
wasted picks you could have used on something else.
What was it about, man? If Golf sucked this year, then you get a quarterback next year. Don't waste it on this year. You already had people weirded out getting a running back, jumping up for a running back in the first round like that. That Hendon Hooker, it made no sense. He's not going to see the field. Jared Goff is a decent, and he's healthy. Jared Goff doesn't get hurt.
That's his greatest attribute. Is Jared Goff is mostly accurate and mostly healthy. That's what Jared Goff do.
Mm-hmm.
I will never understand that, especially on team. Okay, it would be different if they were like, let's say the Cardinals got a new GM, new coach, new everything, just whole new everything. They started from ground zero, and you hear the Kyler trade rumors. If you draft Will Levis in the second round, then knowing you're probably going to trade Kyler, fine, I get it. But you already have old quarterbacks. Why are you drafting another old quarterback? Like, bro, if everything goes right for the Titans and the Lions this year, everything goes perfectly and goes to plan, Will Levis nor Hendon Hooker play a snap. Not one snap.
Not one at all.
You're not a good enough team to be wasting assets like how the Chiefs did. Another terrible pick, Rashee Rice. Fucking awful. That was a terrible pick.
Yeah,
terrible. But they're the Chiefs,
but
so they can waste picks.
You could do
because they'll just have, I don't know, what's that white boy name? Justin Watson. He'll catch a fucking touchdown pass in the fourth quarter of the AFC Championship.
Everybody touched the ball.
They can do that shit.
They gonna scheme you open.
Fuck it, they got Patrick Mahomes. They can do stupid shit like that. The Lions and the fucking Titans cannot do that. Oh man, I cannot tell you how mad I was watching them pick them players, bro. Why?
That should kind of be crazy, man. Talk about being able to waste picks, because just how you talking about the Chiefs, like literally, 2 years ago, waste the first round on Clyde Edwards-Helaire just to have fifth rounder, I think Isaiah Pacheco.
Sixth rounder Isaiah Pacheco be 17 times the player. Jarek McKinnon randomly caught 9 touchdowns in the last 6 games last year.
Everybody
the fuck
else
did you draft Clyde
Clyde is doing something.
It makes no sense.
It never makes sense because that nigga's 5'6", first of all.
Like, bro, you can't waste picks when you're not good.
And then you playing with Joe Burrow and them, man. Yeah, you 5'6", you do what the hell you want, because nigga, you gotta play everybody 50 yards deep because you got Jettas, Jamar, Terrence. And
they drafted him over Jonathan Taylor. Thank God, by the way. But they drafted him over T. Higgins could have been a Chief.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, it was.
You lucked out, Stu. You lucked out.
I did. But that's not the point. The point is, them niggas drafting old quarterbacks with old quarterbacks on the roster. It just doesn't make any sense. When you have an old quarterback prospect that you like, I'm not mad at them for picking. I'm mad at them for picking them, but I'm not mad at the thought process of needing a quarterback. If you're going to pick an old prospect, he has to have you have to see the vision in the first year of a way that he can start. Like, you have to. If the Titans didn't have Ryan Tannehill, oh, cool, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Like, that's why I was saying Will Levis would be a good pick for the Commanders. There's a clear line to him starting today, like as soon as he got onto the practice field. But no, the Lions said, or the fucking Titans said, you know what, we're going to have him sit behind somebody who didn't want to teach Malik Willis, who he's bad. But let me tell you something about Will Levis. I'll even put it this way. Will Levis got drafted 3 rounds before a nigga he couldn't beat out. He got drafted 3 rounds before Sean Clifford.
Oh, yeah, that was insane.
What are we doing, bro?
No.
What are we doing, man?
I want to talk about that pick, because why did Green Bay take them? Why did Green Bay take them? Literally, you want to know what's funny? You want to know what's funny? I was listening to something earlier, and they were like, You want to know what's funny? We talked about Hendon Hooker and Stetson Bennett being too old to be drafted, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. And we never talked about Sean Clifford for real because nobody thought he would get fucking drafted.
Thought anybody would draft him.
Exactly. But for some reason, Green Bay of all teams takes him. I guess because you shipped Rodgers out.
Let's segue into Green Bay's draft real quick.
You felt the need to bring him in? Like, come on.
They took a bunch of Green Bay ass picks. Like, if you just look at this draft, you're like, yeah, this is exactly what Green Bay would do for the last decade. A big, strong edge rusher.
The first pick. Fuck the offense.
Two tight ends. A second round wide receiver. This is just what they do, nigga.
That's what they do, man. I mean, at least they took Van Ness, yo.
Van Ness, Musgrave, Jaden Reed, and Tucker Craft.
I can give him Musgrave. I can give him Musgrave too.
That's a good first four.
Musgrave's gonna be very good. You
drafted Sean Clifford.
Yeah, but I didn't see the point in that. I didn't.
Okay, I ask y'all something.
Especially in the
Sean Clifford in the fourth or Kyle Trask in the second.
Whew. Trask in the second.
I'll give you even harder. Kyle Trask in the second, Sean Clifford in the fifth, or Ian Book in the fourth or fifth, whenever the Saints drafted him last year.
It's still gonna be Trask to me because I've never seen any good play Trask had. And guess what?
Kyle Trask was a Heisman finalist.
He was.
He hasn't played yet, and he's not going to.
Give me Ian Book. I seen Ian Book play.
Ian Book played.
He played. Yeah, give me Ian Book.
Trask has not played yet.
He might play this year. He gonna beat out Baker Mayfield, yo.
Okay.
Baker gonna have to sit out a drive or two in one game. We gonna see Trask. Don't worry.
You just wait, Bucko.
Can I say my least favorite pick and my favorite pick?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
I'm gonna make this about me a little bit. My least favorite pick was my first round pick, Emmanuel Forbes. I'm not gonna lie.
Good talk.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Just because for some reason I feel like the past year my team has this fetish with drafting tweeners, drafting players that aren't specifically good at one position, but they are kind of iffy or mediocre at multiple positions. You know what I'm saying? They shown flashes at multiple positions, but aren't honed in at multiple positions. And so we also are kind of rolling the dice on some people. I feel like Jahan was a roll of the dice a little bit. But he's panning out well.
Jahan was the safest pick y'all made in the last 3 years.
Hey,
that's very true.
I feel like it was
safest pick y'all made in the last 3 years.
But it was like, I feel
and
like
he's 17 pounds.
Exactly. That's why I say a roller because he's a midget. So then we go, oh, Jahan worked out. We got a malnourished guy. Let's get another one. Let's get Flat Stanley. So we do that. But add context. Who's still on the board?
Christian Gonzalez.
Why did we not take him? If our plan was to not draft a slot guy, why not get the clear better prospect? It just didn't make sense to me. I mean, I guess we're taking the roll of the dice of him staying healthy and then also him being able to produce 4 picks a year, I guess. I guess that was the mindset. I mean, hopefully in this defense, he does do that because we can get pressure to the quarterback. We have a lot of opportunities to make plays and get turnovers. So I'm hoping that's maybe what they're seeing here. But I just didn't. I feel like they overthought it there. I feel like you take Gonzo there. Now, one of my favorite picks is also the Patriots taking Gonzo. Because literally, whoever the Patriots pick up to be their CB1, he's fucking good for whatever reason.
He's gonna be an all-pro tomorrow.
Exactly. Whoever is their CB1, he's all pro as soon as he play. And I've seen multiple interviews of people that used to play in New England or people that's played New England a lot. They talk about their scheme or what Bill Belichick got over there, and they're like, yeah, whatever their scheme is, whatever it is, it's just advantageous for their CB1, and they can just
magic. That's what it
do whatever they, you know what I'm saying? They have a lot of freedom to do whatever they want, but still know what they're doing, and so they're not doing something stupid, you know what I'm saying, or putting themselves out of position. So that's why I think that those are like my least favorite and one of my favorites picks, because literally whoever plays CB1 in New England is just great for whatever reason.
I was surprised when Christian Gonzalez wasn't the first corner off the board. You couldn't imagine how surprised
I was. Not that. I'm surprised he just fell that far. I'll say that. I'm surprised he fell that far.
His range to me was from 5 to 15, anywhere in between there, because we were going to see a run on like offensive linemen somewhere in between there. So I knew it was coming. And I knew, not Bryce, Bijan was going to be drafted somewhere in between there. So I knew somebody was going to slide a little bit. Joey Porter slid the most. But I just don't get that, man. Again, Emmanuel Forbes is 6'1", 166.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say this stuff, and people always hit me with this person was small and did it. Well, that's why they're outliers. Like, that's why that doesn't happen often. Because guys that size typically not even just don't work out in the league. They don't get drafted that high. Like, I thought Emmanuel Forbes was a fine prospect. That was a top 50, 60 player to me. He is good.
Cool second rounder. I'm fine with it in the second round.
He's again, I don't know if it's true, but this is what I've heard and what I've read. He came into Mississippi State at 164. He left at 166. In the South, he gained 2 pounds in 3 years.
He a vegan, yo. He gotta be one of them vegans, pescatarians, bro.
Like, nigga, he need to go get on the Zion weight plan, son. Get to 175, bro. If he was 180, you could have convinced me. Because even how good Devin Willis
you could work with that.
5'11", 181-pound corners usually don't get drafted that high. The last 5'11", 185 corner that was that dominant in college, it was like a first-round pick off the top of my head, Jair Alexander. And Jair was different. And so was Devin Witherspoon. But I didn't think he would be drafted that high. Like, drafting...
I know exactly why he was drafted that high.
Witherspoon? Because it's not a...
my bad. Not Witherspoon. I'm talking about Emmanuel. I know why.
Because he takes the ball away, and that's
it's not even just that. For some reason, I was listening to the JP Finley podcast, right? You know, he plugged in with everything. They told me that Ron Rivera sees flashes when he was watching him at the Senior Bowl. Because, you know, y'all remember Josh Norman at the Senior Bowl?
Come on, bro. Cut it out.
I swear to God, Ron Rivera said, I see flashes of Josh Norman. I want him. That I promise you. Go listen to his podcast. It was one of the recent ones that he put out. But yeah, literally he said that.
I'm gonna do a quick Google search.
Cause what Josh Norman in that Senior Bowl game, he was going dumb. He had like 4 picks or something, like 3 picks, something crazy, right?
Josh Norman was also, 30 pounds heavier, but I mean nothing crazy. Nothing serious. Josh Norman was damn near 6'1", 200.
He's a solid corner, yeah.
Like, he was a big guy.
Yeah,
he's always been a big nigga. He was never small.
But that's what I'm just saying. I'm just relaying the message. That's why I know why we took him.
You want a nigga that remind you his big ass? He played at Penn State, nigga.
And then he
probably
played
at Oregon. They're the same size.
He probably got some military parents too. That's probably why I gotta look more into it. But yeah,
I just don't understand the obsession with drafting these statistical or these outliers in height and weight when they're not dominant players in college. Like, that's why I like Jordan Addison. I thought he was really good at Pitt, and he was good at USC. He's 5'11", 6 foot, 170 pounds, and didn't dominate to me. He was very good, but it wasn't like, oh God, Jordan Addison is this can't miss prospect. And everybody always comes back with, well, what about Devontae Smith? Go watch him play and tell me the difference, nigga. Like, come on, man. There's a reason why outliers are outliers. There's going to be another 6 foot, 195-pound quarterback in the next 2 years to come out. And everybody's going to be like, well, Bryce Young did it. Well, let me tell you something about Bryce Young, nigga. There's a reason why outliers are outliers, bro. And I could not fathom for the life of me why you would
take an outlier in the first.
In the first,
that's what I'm saying. I don't get why you like. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're rolling the dice. a
Just
lot
draft Christian
in the
Gonzalez.
first. I don't like, bro. You overthought it. I don't know what the fuck it is. I guess, like, I'm telling you, bro. It was that what I just told you about the Senior Bowl, and it was probably he got military parents. He probably, I don't know.
Yeah,
He
you
was
know,
probably
Ron
was at ROTC in high school. I don't know. It was something like that.
He was a
You know,
Boy
Ron
Scout.
like them boys and shit. At least I know he's not gonna be in trouble. He's not a troublemaker. That's all I know. I can bank on that. He gonna be there.
Nobody getting in trouble with Ron.
I got a question for you guys. How y'all feel about the Jets' first round pick, Will McDonald?
I liked it. I just
I don't like it.
You gotta see the picture because you couldn't really see it because they had that skinny ass man playing defensive tackle pretty much.
Yeah. Iowa State shit is nasty. They had that low ass nigga doing weird shit.
Yeah, like I see the picture. I see where they're gonna go with it, and I trust New York to have him right. It's just you can't see it right now because Iowa State had him in the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
When I was watching this shit, I was like, why is he in a 3-tech? I'm like, he's like 240.
He's like 228. What
this nigga 240. Why is he lining up next to the guard? Like, what
the fuck? They got him doing shit Nick Saban ass.
I ain't gonna lie though. He was holding his own though.
He cooking, but it's just,
but that ain't gonna fly in the NFL. It ain't gonna fly in the NFL.
I don't understand that pick. I get it. Aaron Rodgers is bringing in his guys at wide receiver. There is nothing a 40-year-old drug addict can tell me to not pick JSN. I'm sorry. There's no way you can look me in the eyes and tell me this nigga who goes into the woods, into sheds, and closes the fucking door in darkness and does acid is keeping me from taking JSN because he wants Randall Cobb and Alan Lazard. That old nigga.
He said, that's all I need, yo. Get my two guys. That's all I need.
You already
got Garrett. Yeah, that's all I need.
They should have went and got JSN and called it a draft. They should have just went and got the best player available.
Listen,
they got your tight end? No.
Boy, A-Rod. Let me
Kuntz.
Oh, yeah, they got Zach Kuntz, big athletic boy. Don't matter. Nigga, they could have drafted Dalton Kincaid for all I give a fuck, man. Just don't draft a project edge rusher to me, bro. Like, just don't. Nolan Smith was right there. Just sitting there.
They said we got to go smaller.
He said, how can we get tinier? And they just drafted Jermaine Johnson. Carl Lawson, they paid him all that money.
No, all you got is Quentin.
I don't get it. I
see the vision, man.
And that's not saying that I don't think Will McDonald is a good player. I think he's a fine player. He was a second-round pick. Yeah, he should have been the Chiefs pick instead of them picking Felix and Aduke Uzama. Mm-hmm. They should have been able to pick Will McDonald, but he wasn't there because what's my boy name? Robert Saleh got a fucking anorexic fucking fetish or something. Like,
just like us, yo. Yeah.
Yeah, like, come on. So Garrett Wilson was 7 pounds, then he drafted Will McDonald, who's 9 pounds. Mm-hmm. Like, okay. I see what's going on here.
But thank you for bringing that up, Stu, about the Dalton Kincaid, because I wanted to talk about that also for real. How y'all feel about him going to the Bills, him being in the Bills facility, and if he does take Dalton Knox,
will he win?
Oh, ain't no will. He's a.
I mean, okay. I just wanted to be respectful. I want to be respectful. I just want to know when y'all think he's taking his spot.
I
was trying to be respectful.
He's going to be second on the team in targets immediately.
Yep.
There's one thing I can say about Dalton Kincaid. That nigga got vice grip hands, boy. Josh Allen gonna throw them piss missiles in the middle of December in Buffalo. Dalton gonna catch them motherfuckers. My problem is you traded up to draft a tight end. Y'all know how I feel about tight ends in the first round. He's 24. He got a bad back already. Why the fuck did you trade up? Why?
I feel like somebody. Wait,
where
did they trade up?
And Brandon B was like, "Oh, I thought the Chargers."
They traded up from like.
We like black men with dreads, brother. We ain't doing nothing
from like 28, right?
First round.
They traded up from like 28 to 20.
They traded like from 26 to 25. They traded up a pick.
You didn't need to.
And only because this makes me think about another pick that I hated, and Don's not going to like this. What the fuck are the Jaguars doing drafting Brenton Strange in the second round?
Oh, you must not know.
I know too much. Brenton Strange in the second round, boy.
He ain't you ain't watched the games enough. You ain't a real ball.
You ain't watching Duff.
Brother,
You ain't watching
please.
You'll
You
know
ain't watch
soon.
his all 22.
Please.
Uh-huh.
I
You'll
would
know.
rather Zach Kuntz might be the most athletic tight end ever. I just took him.
Nah, you'll figure it out soon. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, sure. When he has 300 yards in year 2, would be.
You thought I like
just like
Gesicki?
Sean Clifford.
Yeah, you thought I like Gesicki. Just wait till you see Strange, brother.
And
You'll figure it out.
Gesicki can't do shit either. He's a tall white slot receiver.
That boy's special.
Okay. I was about to say something rude, but I'm not.
Another one, I'll probably get some more after we talk a little bit more, but another one that I wanted to talk about. How fucked are the Browns right now, especially since I feel as though they kind of shitted this draft away after, shitting away your first 2 picks to get, shitty Deshaun Watson.
You want me to be honest?
I thought they had a good draft.
I like it.
I ain't gonna lie, I like that draft.
I like it. Cedric Tillman, if Cedric Tillman doesn't get them high ankle sprains, he's a first round wide receiver.
It just all depends on Watson at the end of the day.
He just had ankle sprains. It was just sprains.
Yeah, it was just a sprain. It wasn't like no surgery or nothing.
See, when I was looking at it, they was making it seem like he fucking tore his Achilles twice.
He was hurt a lot last year. You got to watch most of his 21 tape. He's better than fucking Jalen Hyatt. They got Siaki Ika, who I love. Siaki.
And then you want to draft the most undedicated nigga to the sport. That's what you did. That's what you did in the 4th. You drafted the most undedicated nigga. Nigga went in the interview and said, "Yeah, I want to play in the NBA."
That nigga saw Anthony Edwards say he want to be a football player.
I'm nigga 350, and like nigga, you don't see Zion that's 6'6", 300, and he not playing. Like nigga, you think you got a chance in it? Like why the fuck?
Well, that's because Zion don't love ball. That's
nigga, you don't love ball that much neither. If you in the NFL draft,
nigga, Zion was
he don't have an NBA body, brother. Like
exactly. So why did you say that? Like why?
He was just being honest.
That's why his ass dropped. Nigga lost about $10 million right there just by saying that stupid shit.
He was gonna be Glenn Davis. He wanted to be Big Baby.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't high on him anyway. I really wasn't. I wasn't high on him anyway. But I'm just glad we didn't draft him because it was just something about him. I was just like, nah, I don't want him. I don't need that guy.
Here's my thing with big tackles, right? They're like sky high hit rate. Like I'm talking about like plus Pro Bowl level starter hit rate is very low. Mm-hmm. But the I'm ass meter is also very low because when you're big, it's hard to get around big people that can move. DeJuan Jones is big; he can move.
He can move. Yeah,
he can move.
That's probably why he play basketball.
He's a backup, man. He's a backup. He's not starting over Conklin or Jetty right now. You know what I'm saying? So Cleveland's draft was good for what they had. You know what I'm saying? I was fine with it. Would I have said I want to play basketball in an interview for a football job? Probably not. Right. But,
they cost themselves some money right there. They probably would have took him in the second. Bro, before the draft, people was talking about him going in the second. That's why I was just like, why did you say that?
Yeah.
Spoke from the heart.
Why the hell did you say that?
He
fuck
was being
honesty.
too honest.
Nigga, make your money and lie.
He was being way too honest.
That ain't good for you. I know his agent was pissed if he got one. His family too, but it's okay. He a grown man. He
He'd be good,
yeah. Is there any other picks, head scratches or picks that y'all really like?
Give me a second.
Oh, actually, Stu, you probably not gonna like this, but I like that Raiders got Mayer.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
That's a good replacement.
That was a good pick. I was mad, so it was a good pick.
Yeah, that was a good replacement right there.
He better than Waller, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Why? Because never mind.
No, you could.
Because he's clean. Is that why?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they got Tyree Wilson. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they did too.
If he's my second vote for defensive rookie of the year, just because I think he'll probably
getting his ass clamped by Trey Pipkins twice a year. Son.
That's cool. It's 15 other games, and I think because Max generates whatever what's the word I want to use? Notoriety that he does. You know what I'm saying? He's well respected because he gets pressure. It's not really sacks. I feel like that opens up Tyree to have some advantage and get sacks on the other side. So somebody gotta get the sacks if Max ain't. If he's just getting pressure, somebody gotta get the sacks. So
Chandler Jones.
I think Tyree can do
it. the
Is he still there?
Jones.
Damn. Nah, Tyree got that. I feel like we all agree on a rookie of the year for offense, and I feel like we all think it's AR-15. Well, besides,
I got one more bad pick. It's another quarterback.
Let me guess. Well, you already said it's not Will, it's not Hendon. What was the other cuz name? Say it still. I'm not gonna remember. I don't remember his name.
The Rams. Yeah, Stetson Bennett.
I can't remember his name
in
for
the
some
fourth
reason.
round.
Mm-hmm. Championship team with a championship quarterback. I don't see the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth round.
Coming off a
they just drafted him because he's from Georgia and Stafford went to Georgia.
Yeah, he played with Stafford.
Yeah, old ass nigga.
He did. Y'all joking? My bad. I was like, he did, but
you might as well have son. Shit.
Believe it.
It was
I was like, for real? I knew he was
Stetson, AJ Green, no Sean Moreno, and Matthew Stafford in the quad.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Gurley was a freshman.
There was Sony Michelle was a freshman, son. Unbelievable.
That shit crazy, bro. Yeah. But yeah, y'all want to? Stu, did you give your rookie of the year prediction? I feel like we could do that right quick. Rookie of the year.
We can do rookie of the year.
Well, I told y'all, David. I mean, I don't want to say Will because I feel like that's just cheese, and I feel like it probably won't be Will. But yeah, David. I said David Tyree. I was talking about the nigga with the helmet.
David
Tyree Wilson. That's my guy.
Well, I'm going with free him up. I don't care. I'm going with Will Anderson.
Max gonna free him up, yo.
So for offensive rookie of the year, it's clearly Bijan Robinson. Like it's not even a close second.
I'm going with AR.
Oh no, he ain't gonna have the stats. Not enough stats, man.
He ain't gonna run enough.
He gonna run that motherfucker. He gonna say nobody.
Here's the thing with AR-15. You're gonna have to tell him to run because he don't like doing it. He's just big, strong, and fast. He does not like to tuck and run.
You better throw in 10 read options a game, at least, minimum.
I got Bijan. Bijan's going to have 1,700 all-purpose yards, 15 fucking touchdowns, because Arthur Smith is a maniac. Nigga, did you see how he fed Derrick Henry? Man, please. Bijan is about to get 23 touches a game.
Gonna lie. I could definitely see that just because of what he did with Alligator
Bijan,
last year.
And second, I got Jordan Addison. Addison is going to get a lot of targets.
He's going to get a lot of targets, yeah.
Because they're going to be like, you know what? We're just going to double jet us, and we're going to make TJ Hawkinson and Jordan Addison beat us. Addison's getting, if he stays healthy, 120, 130 targets this year, bro. Easily. Defensively,
that's a lot.
I want to go Will Anderson. But they're going to double team the fuck out of him. They just going to be like, and John Grenard is a good passer.
He the only person there. So like,
John Grenard is good, and Jerry Hughes, they're fine, but they're going to double Will.
Okay, but like they ain't Will. Like they ain't close to that level of Will.
I got Jalen Carter in there, but defensive tackles usually don't get enough counting stats.
Exactly.
So I ended up on Jack Campbell, nigga. Jack Campbell finna have 112 tackles this year. Watch.
Mm-hmm. Ew. You're going to have 112 tackles, 4 forced fumbles, and 2 picks.
Stats, bro. It's
Jack Campbell will get up in there, bro. He gonna get up in that motherfucker.
I think
he's gonna have like 21 tackles for loss for some reason.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna catch a pick or something. He might run it back because he like that. Exactly. That's all it takes. We don't have a Sauce Gardner level defensive back in this class.
Yeah,
Joey Porter.
No, it ain't. He don't get enough time. He don't got the ball skills, darn it. Let's be honest, yo.
Long ass arms.
he can only deflect. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because it
That's the
take him
reason.
15 years to lift
Like,
them big ass tree branches up.
I be watching his film. He's solid. Don't get me wrong, but all the plays that he are really deflections are plays that he kind of got beat on, and that was he just had long ass arms and got it up out of
And
there.
majority of those deflections came against Purdue, nigga, when they threw the ball at him like 94 times. I was like, why the fuck they keep throwing
Stop
at this?
throwing at him. That's the problem.
I was like, you're not completing
I'm
any
like, no.
passes.
How about you? I want that. Catch a pick, nigga. 94 times you can't catch one.
That's just not what he Byron Jones-esque.
Nah, I need a playmate. That's why his ass fell that low.
He fell because them long ass arms was in the way. He needs shin pockets, long ass arms.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
What's wrong with that?
Real quick, y'all best and worst value picks.
Bryce Young.
Talk.
I'm still going.
Best value JSN, worst value Brenton Strange. Still.
Steph, you were going, boy.
Shut up, nigga. Brenton Strange.
That worst value is forever going to be Hendon Hooker for me, and and the best value is going to be Bryce.
Yeah, if you get your guy one, it's good value to me.
Get your guy one, and I feel like he's finna be a special guy. So there's that.
I mean, well, the Chargers drafted Randy Moss at 21, so I mean, shit.
Yeah, I agree with Stu. I don't want to. Let me pick somebody different.
What you said? They drafted Sonoris Moss.
Nah, okay. Best value. I'm gonna just say one of my favorite picks. Also, I'm gonna just say Christian Gonzalez. Best value. Worst value.
Will McDonald.
Anton Harrison.
Jags picked him, bro.
Yeah.
Who did they lose? Oh, Jawan Taylor. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I
don't like it.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Anton, but he's a. I think he'll be a
starter. I'm not a fan. I don't like the guy.
Something about them Oklahoma niggas, man. I don't know.
Exactly. Let me just put that right there. Y'all want to chop it up about anything NBA right quick since we did say that was on the slate.
Well, I'm sorry, but Braun is finna drop 30 right now as we speak. So
that old bastard don't got 30 in him no more, man. That foot is cooked. He needs surgery on that foot.
That brother is shooting like 6 for 53 from the 3.
He can borrow my foot.
I like it, Don.
I understand it, bro.
But let me tell y'all right now. I'm gonna tell y'all something about the NBA playoffs. I just want to get this.
Oh well, speaking of the NBA playoffs, Kevon Looney illness will be limited to about 20 minutes tonight.
I took his under on the rebounds. I knew he couldn't do it 2 nights in a row.
It's probably at 19 and a half, nigga.
For some reason, that joint is at 14 and a half. He's going to do that again?
Crashing the boards, fool.
I think they had 16.
Thank
bro.
Thank y'all for the free props.
Like, there's no way I'm taking them lines, bro. I can't in all consciousness do that. I can't, bro.
I took that underboard. I said, fuck that. Y'all tweaking putting that shit for this high. Like, y'all, if it was like 9.5, I would be like, nah, I ain't fucking with it.
But see, the thing with Looney is Looney will get 12 rebounds in the quarter if you let him so.
Yeah, that's the problem.
He ain't doing it tonight playing 12 minutes, I tell you that.
Don't tempt him, nigga.
That's a quarter right there. That ain't 14.
So that ain't 15. All this means is I need Anthony Davis to absolutely dominate, bro. Please.
30 and 30.
I need 50 and 60.
Damn, nigga. Will Chamberlain.
He better than Will. Will they never exist.
What the hell you got going? All right, so last question, I guess, since we ain't got too much NBA talk. I'm gonna just ask who you guys are thinking going to win the series in the last 4 games. We got Celtics 76ers, Nuggets Suns, Lakers Warriors, and Heat Knicks.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say mine right quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, but that give y'all some time to ponder. Listen, although I think the Warriors are probably gonna pull it out, I got the Lakers though. I think the Lakers find a way. They took game 1. I think that's big, especially because that's phenomenally known as Bronze. Like I'm gonna just take a game off type shit. So they take that one. I feel like it's a lot of confidence going into the next game. So give me the Lakers. Give me the Knicks.
Yeah, I got the Knicks too.
I want the Knicks. Yeah, give me the Knicks. I think this is their year of positivity. This is their year that I don't think they make it all the way. I think they lose next round to whoever they play. But
Eastern Conference Finals, Knicks.
I think this is the year that their fans actually have something to cheer for. So let's hope that. Well, I don't care if y'all hope that or not, but yeah. Give me the Celtics. I think that honestly, Joel not being 100% is kind of hurting them more than helping them.
That's your MVP, huh?
In playing. So
not mine. I said Giannis, even though he a hoe too.
Nah, give me the white man. Give me the Serbian.
Yo. Big yo.
And also speaking of the Serbian, I think Denver gets them up out of there in about 5 or 6. They just, picking up KD, it looks nice. It ain't I feel like it ain't what they needed necessarily.
I'm gonna say something that I don't believe, but I kind of believe at this point.
There you go. You just talking.
The idea of KD might be better than the player on your team, man. I'm sorry.
I agree.
It maybe it's just the Suns, and like we've had these conversations in the group chat, when we together before about the Suns, especially me and Eric Kareem, bro. The Suns don't get enough pressure on the rim, and they don't shoot enough threes and make enough threes. Yeah. If you're gonna mid-range me to death, it's gonna be death by 1,000 paper cuts. Well, I mean, shit, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, if you want a 19 contested footer to me to death, more power to you. At some point, you're gonna have to get fouled and go to the line, make layups, or make threes. And I don't know if they can do that in this series now, bro. I think it's over. So I definitely got Nuggets. I don't like betting against Jimmy Butler, man. Jimmy B is a guy. If they had a hero,
Jimmy ankle hurt.
That's true. Yes,
that's the only reason why.
But they played hard without him.
They do play hard, but I think
Jimmy and Hero are gone. So
I think the Knicks are here, yo.
Yeah, the Knicks. Jalen Brunson, they just win. Jalen Brunson's a guy, so I got Knicks.
I told you, bro. I told y'all from the jump.
Celtics, Philly, man. There's something about Philly that just throws me the fuck off all the time.
It's Doc Rivers.
Something fucked up always.
Yeah, maybe it's Doc Rivers.
It's Doc Rivers. I don't know why we think about
the fact that Embiid is never healthy in the playoffs for some reason.
Him and Chris Paul always sprain a big toe or some shit in the middle of the playoffs, and they out for 2 weeks. I'm like, okay. It's frustrating. And we knew James Harden wasn't going to do that shit again, man. For one, Game 1, we got to keep track of this now. Game 1, he wore that outrageous ass fit. That fit was outrageous. That was the fit
times
of a nigga that was going to drop 50. That was a I don't give a fuck fit. He came in Game 2, he was dressed like me when we go to Red Tails. Nigga just had on a hoodie, a jean jacket, pants and shoes. I was like, oh, he's too regular.
And I will say, even after that Game 1 game, I noticed that he really was like, took leadership position. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, hey, we won this game. Y'all get back in I gotta do this interview, but y'all get back in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? We next game. We worry about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We worry about next game. That's what we worry about now. So like that's why I kind of was just like, okay, James locked in. The team seems to be locked in. How are they gonna, be when Joel plays? Or it just seems like when even Joel was on a minute restriction, it just seems like everybody was just like, okay, let's run this shit like Joel's healthy. Let's all play like Joel's about to drop 30 and 12. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but you gotta have to in the playoffs, man. You gotta run through your guy.
If we all know you're on a minutes restriction, I'm sorry. But like, we all know some other people gonna have to step up if my best player is on a minute restriction. Like at some point, we all gotta know that. And I just feel like whoever's on, Maxey, I ain't gonna say Maxey. Everybody else besides Harden, Harris, and Maxey, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else got to step up, do something. Somebody got to feel the urgency there. But
who?
But then again, it is like who? because after
Anthony Milton had
After
17
Maxey and
games.
Harris, it is kind of like who? Because I mean, Shake Milton, but he's So
There's a reason Shake Milton don't play. They can't go on a park car.
it's okay. Yeah, yo, you gotta just score at will, yo.
Nah,
You
man,
give up twos, but just make sure you make your threes when you
and
get
then
back
like
down.
Boston is just better than them anyway. Like even if Joel Embiid was like 1,000% healthy, Boston is just better. They just have more good players. They have the better coach to me.
They do. And that's why I ain't gonna lie. I was surprised that Harden got what he wanted in game one because you ain't got to Embiid. I feel like they just had like literally anybody in their starting five or anybody that would play, you could just throw at Harden and you be okay. You know what I'm saying? That's what
was superstar Harden right there. That was
I ain't think he was about to just be like, all right, man.
You could have put Ron Artest out there on Harden that game, nigga, and that wasn't gonna matter.
I ain't think he was about to do that.
You could have put prime Kawhi out there. Wouldn't have mattered. When superstars got it going like that, they don't matter.
He was doing whatever he wanted.
If you don't block the shot, you're invisible. You're invisible out there. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter. That was a hell of a performance. They took one on the road. If they handle business at home, yeah. But I got Philly. I mean Boston, and then
you said Boston Nuggets. You got the Heat. The Knicks?
No, I got Knicks.
Okay. Because you say you don't like betting against Jimmy in the playoffs.
I don't, but he's hurt and Hero's hurt, so I'm not. I can't give it that. Even though I love Spoelstra and them. Mm-hmm. I got Lakers in 6, man. I got Lakers in 6. I'm gonna stay with my guys right now. We playing good basketball.
Y'all taking game ones. Y'all looking good, yo.
We winning game ones, and Bron's averaging 22, 11, and 5, which is like prime Kevin Garnett numbers, by the way. But yeah. Yeah, just nothing serious. 40 years old playing like
40 years old and playing a tier under, of what I'm used to.
Yeah, nothing crazy, nothing like that.
Still Hall of Fame level,
like this, man.
GOAT level.
We got to get some more shooting though, and we got to get some competent shooters that can defend a little bit because I can't. Malik Beasley was
or consistent.
If you tell Darvin Ham to let fucking Rui shoot some more, instead.
He can't. Okay, here's everybody's been on the Rui thing, especially because he had 6 points in the first half.
He's a mid shooter.
I think he should get more shots for sure.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Who is Rui guarding?
I don't
know. I barely see him.
Well, no, he's second unit, so it's not Draymond.
He's gonna have Rui isn't
Gary Payton the third.
We're playing the fucking Warriors. They're saying 50 screens of possession. Rui is 6'8", 245. He's not navigating those screens nimbly, nigga. And his offense isn't good enough to offset that. Not with LeBron and AD on the floor, it's not. So he's not going to play that much in this series. I tried to warn niggas before the series, before niggas started betting on him, because he cooked last series. That was his series. He didn't have to run off 50 million screens of possession. He's just not built for that defense. That's what Troy Brown does. And Troy Brown can't shoot.
Yuck.
Yeah. Y'all, I mean, hey, man, we send everybody to y'all. Y'all send us what y'all don't want. You know what I'm saying?
Send us Corey Kispert next, nigga.
All right.
No, that ain't happening. That's not happening.
That's my guy right there.
Blow it up, yo.
He made me good bread.
No. Just take Bill. Just take Bill. Y'all wanted Bill, right? Just take him.
Nah, I'm good.
Nah, y'all can have Bill. Take that.
I don't want that nigga.
He better. He can score 30.
Oh, I would take Austin Reeves over Bradley Beal right now.
Bradley Beal was almost a scoring champ. Austin Reeves wasn't.
Almost only counts some darts and horseshoes, brother. You fuck about that almost?
I almost was my dad's daughter.
Talk to him, son. Hell, you talking about?
I hate y'all so much, bro.
Hey, man.
So you gave all your 4?
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
Hey, Don, go ahead and end it off with your last 4, yo.
If the Lakers win tonight, they're winning in 5 because the Warriors stink on the road.
Yes, they do.
I got the Knicks because they're gritty and this is their time to get clapped by the Celtics. I have the Celtics because in the next 3 to 5 years they're going to win a chip. They're going to win a chip. And because Doc Rivers coaches the other team.
That boy do not like Doc Rivers, huh?
I got the Nuggets in 5 simply because the Suns will never figure out what's the problem. And trading for KD didn't change the culture. They needed a culture changer. They just added
culture
another.
talk, huh?
Yeah, they just added tall Devin Booker. So,
oh Jesus Christ. Okay,
am I wrong?
no, just
Dark
Not
skin,
wrong.
tall Devin Booker.
Are they not doing the same thing?
just keep going, man. I ain't got time for you, bro.
Keep cooking, yeah. Nah, keep cooking, dog. Keep cooking.
What was the
I ain't
other
got
series?
time for
What's the
shit.
last series?
I think you said it was only 4. You said Nick, yeah. You said the Knicks because they gritty. You took the Celtics because it's
Took
their
the Lakers.
time.
Oh yeah. I got them all.
Yeah, you got them all. I bet. That sound like a pod to me, boy.
Unfucking believable.
Go tweet that, dog. Go tweet
Yeah,
that right now.
just tell me the difference. Tell me the difference.
Go
So far.
tweet that right now. KD just tall, dark skin Kevin Booker.
I don't know. One of them's averaged 30 for a decade, nigga. I don't know. It's like, what?
We talking about right now.
Fuck. Are you
That
kidding
shit
me?
sound nice. That MVP in 2012, yeah, that was nice.
It was, was it 2012? Yeah, it was 2012.
That one MVP.
No, that was Braun.
Yeah.
Braun won
That's the
2012,
year.
2013. That was 2014.
2014. Yeah, it was 2014. Yeah,
Respect it. Devin Booker ain't got no fucking MVP, boy.
Man, they the same nigga right now. I don't care about the accomplishments. Right now, they're the same.
Yeah,
Except KD want to shoot less because he's all about his efficiency.
Yeah, he got an efficiency
is, yo.
thing that blows me.
He is, yo. He be like,
It be
man.
the clip, nigga.
He be like, man, you know, they sending 2 guys at me. Why would I shoot
will
that?
pass, bro? You
why would I shoot that? Like you being too logical, yo. You can shoot over everybody. Just do it.
Yeah, just shoot the ball, yo.
Be him. Like, yo, you arguing with everybody. Just be him, bro.
Yeah.
But that's a par right there. Y'all clap it up. Yeah.
L'Chaim.
All right.
Fap it up.
I appreciate y'all for tuning in for another pod. We'll be back next week, promise, because we're dedicated, right, guys?
Yeah.
Medicated.
Hoorah!
Yeah. Another. But yeah, so we'll be back next week, next Wednesday, Thursday. Just, stay up to date with us. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff. 3-Way Deals. You're gonna find us. Yeah. Stu, don't you normally say something that you always say at the end?
Yeah, everybody stay safe, don't do drugs, don't talk to strangers. And I love y'all, man. And make sure y'all celebrate Cinco de Mayo tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo.
Get with your Hispanic friends. Go get a drink, wear a sombrero.
Eat a taco, quesadilla.
Burrito. Get an empanada.
Get you some margaritas going. Yeah, get a Modelo, all that. Yeah.
Just drink a bunch of tequila, yo, because that's what I'm going to do.
And then watch Fast and Furious because it's all about family.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And comments.
And watch Narcos, too.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Comments on what Stu said, but unless the strangers are giving you the... Yeah. But, yeah, so we out of here, man. Good pod. Don, you want to say something?
I hate you all.
We love you.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, Stu, now you were supposed to say I love you.
I did, yo.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
all right, Bill.